Good afternoon, A.B.A.T.E of Illinois. Josh Witkowski, your state legislative coordinator. I am outside of big St. Charles Motorsports, St. Charles Harley-Davidson. It's in St. Charles, Missouri. And as you hear some bikes going by here, the big part about St. Charles is that St. Charles is actually open to the public. Now, this is St. Charles, Missouri. It's a couple hours away from the center of Illinois. It's about an hour for people in the Metro East area to get this way. But the reason why I'm reporting in from St. Charles is to kind of give an idea as to what we might see if Illinois ever opens back up. And yeah, I do say if. In the St. Charles, Missouri area, they have opened back up. The dealership here, fair amount of foot traffic, lots of bikes running. They're even running their motorcycle safety classes, which, yeah, those are still canceled around most of Illinois, unfortunately. But people are buying, people are enjoying, but you're also seeing a few safety precautions. The sales desks have plexiglass on them to separate the sales guy from the person buying, with just a little thing underneath, for you to pass paperwork back and forth. But that may be something that you see for a while. What's really interesting is you have a business here that's running just fine. They're taking minimal precautions. They've got signs up about handling merchandise. They want to have associates with you when you handle merchandise to prevent that kind of contamination. Everybody's abiding by social distance, and yet they are full open, making sales, rentals, teaching classes, the whole nine. And that's kind of important. The other thing going on around here is the restaurants are open. And there's people out there who say, well, the restaurants won't be that packed. I passed a Show Me's down the road that it was packed about 2 o'clock this afternoon when I was passing through. That was kind of interesting to see. There was Applebee's a little further down from that. It wasn't as packed. But the whole point of this is this may be a look at what we see should Illinois ever open. Now, on the subject of Illinois opening, we've seen your reactions, folks. We know a lot of you are angry about the cancellation of the state party. What can we do? The governor of Illinois has said that even if you make it to phase 4, which the state party area, Menard County, hasn't even had a COVID-19 related fatality yet, they're very likely to make it into phase 4. But even at phase 4, at the end of June, when the party would have been, the maximum allowed is 50 people. How do you hold a state party with 50 people maximum? There just is no way to do that. And unfortunately, under the governor of Illinois' plan, 50 is the maximum until there's either a really effective treatment or a vaccine or whatever other things, miracles that really aren't going to happen. I mean, we may get the vaccine, we may get that stuff, but it's going to be years. It's going to at least be 18 months before we see something like that. And that's assuming a miracle happens, because the fastest a vaccine has ever been produced previously is 4 years. So, if you are upset about it, rather than taking it out on your state ABATE officers who are just trying to abide by what this governor has set out, I highly recommend get a hold of your state representative, get a hold of your state senator, get a hold of the governor's office. Talk to them. Let them know. We're watching our friends lose their businesses. We're watching small towns lose anchors on their squares. Petersburg, the area where we usually have our state party, they've lost 2 businesses on their square already. But this is what needs done. Not yelling at people who are making the decisions on behalf of ABATE. We can only do what the state puts forward, because if we go against what the state is telling us has to be done, we are a state licensed corporation. I myself hold lobbyist credentials with the state, as does Todd Vandermeid, our contract lobbyist. There are many ways for the state to mess with us, and it's going to take a change in attitude at the top in order to get things done. So call your state reps, call your state senators, call the governor's office, let them know what you feel, what you think. We're still going to be here for you. The situation that happened last weekend in Utica, it's in Utica right now. They're supposed to be having a lot of people coming through on drive-through. Hopefully it went really well for them. It's about 65 and decent weather down here in Missouri. That's the other benefit. Those of us that live near the borders, Missouri's going to be open. Iowa is open. Indiana is open. Wisconsin is opening as of the end of this month. There are plenty of places to ride to and try to support, even though our own businesses are suffering right now. Try to enjoy your summer. Let's try to get together as much as we can out there. I'm going to be trying to make it around to the different chapters, especially those of you that may be organizing rides to other states. Hopefully we'll see each other out there on the road. Enjoy and keep things going. Talk to you later. Bye.